they all family, you know what I mean?
No, 100%.
It's crazy, bro. I love that.
The name of the comic shop is One of Us Comics, and the reason for it is from that movie that they're chanting "One of Us," and it's all the freaks, right?
Yeah.
And the whole idea behind it is like, no matter who you are, you're accepted to be one of us. So that's you know when he, because at first I was like, he says the name, I'm like, but then when like he was like got into the disposition and the meaning of it, then at that point I was like, yo, like
I get it. Yeah.
I love it, and like now my mind started going. We're 2 weeks into this entire project.
I think we got to play a little catch up.
It feels like we haven't gotten a lot done, but we really have.
I'm really good under pressure. I like to be under the gun, and I feel like I perform a little better.
Now it's kind of, where are things gonna go? How is this gonna lay out?
I'm in that zone of like, you know, I got 2 weeks, or I got a week, or I got a day. Like that's usually when I'm really focused. Once we get the paint up and then start figuring out the layout of everything, I think we can start to see this place evolve and take shape.
Within the next couple of days, we're gonna be able to start to place fixtures where they're gonna live.
We have no issues with very little sleep and working nonstop. So I feel like we're gonna get there. Welcome to 60-Day Comic Shop.
I really think is important that we need to do is that we need to make sure that the product really images well in the areas it's in. So what I don't want to do is like spread some slabs here and some slabs there and some slabs. And the reason I don't want to do that is because then, especially with the online component, right? We're like having to search, where's that at? Where, you know what I mean? Like, and then two, from a consumer standpoint, the consumer's going to come in and say, hey, you know, I want to shop comics, I want to shop, I collect graded books, like whatever. We want them to land in that area. Since we got started in this entire project, like it's really been a whirlwind for me. My responsibilities beyond just building the shop out and getting it ready to go is focusing on our POS and intake systems, focusing on how we're going to market and starting to build some of those relationships, getting things prepared, getting things ready to go, making sure they're ready to process. And then, you know, the processing side of what we do is just as important as having it, someone being able to come and buy it.
In my opinion, in this space, I don't want to have a label to where we're just a comic shop. We definitely got our work cut out for us because we're both like have these really big ideas, and it's just like, oh my God, like, you know, from day to day, like we're just kind of feeding off each other. But to execute, I mean, some of our ideas is definitely a monumental task. So if we're just kind of have that pop culture and nostalgia when you come in, like, oh shit, this is different. Like, I like that. Oh, that's cool. You know, and they kind of get hit with a little bit of like the eye candy in the front. You know what I mean? Colorful, a lot of the photo op stuff, and a lot of our like maybe like we were talking about some of those vault pieces, whether it's movie props or one-off pieces. You know what I mean? From, you know, we want to invoke like a lot of like nostalgia, and then kind of stimulate the eyes with a lot of the artsy and like pop culture things here into the locations.
You really want to dress that wall up, and I like that idea. Let's dress that wall up. But we definitely want to make sure that the comics portion has a landing spot. Specifically, sections of toys, the themes of toys, the Masters of the Universe, Star Wars, whatever it is, has a home, you know.
That's the best part of this space, is because we have the space to image out each, where you know exactly what section is, you know what I mean? So, you know, everything's finally coming together in a way to where I know we're probably just, you know, short time in this, but it feels like my body feels like it's been a couple months, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't slept at all. 16, 18-hour days, you know, barely sleeping, and especially with the move, man, like, I'm feeling it. I think it's catching up with us a little bit, but we're pushing through, man. A lot of coffee, a lot of energy drinks for him, so yeah, we're getting through it.
And it's funny you mentioned that because when we were talking about coffee too, like we got to go meet Janelle from Art Wavy and introduce her to your daughter and get that part of the project going, which that to me is something I think is really paramount for what we're doing here.
Yes, yes.
Now you know what your dad's doing.
Oh my gosh. My problem is I'm so shy.
She's a big pillar in the society of First Friday down here, so
Right.
you know that's going to be a heavy benefit for you.
Yes. So my name is Marcelina Jimenez. So we're going to be opening Girls World. This is going to be like a retail space for girls. This is going to be like a girls clothing store, vintage clothing. It's going to be like pop art, culture. Yeah, I think she's like a big inspiration too, so I can definitely like learn a lot from her.
My name's Janelle Rail. I'm a local artist here in Las Vegas, and this is our studio gallery, Art Wavy. Today I'm going to meet Steve and Marcy to check out their new wall they want a mural on. It looks amazing in there, like what you guys are doing, just even having that whole back area cleared out.
Thank you.
So, like, what are you thinking you're going to be doing?
It's going to be like full girly aesthetic in there and just a really like inviting place. I want it to be super modern and clean and just, I want every girl to find something in there that, you know, they can love.
There's an identity to downtown in Las Vegas. The mural aspect is something that the city's actually gotten really behind.
You know, a big problem in this area has been businesses coming in and then bringing in their outside artists, right? So, you know, you want to be excited for these bars coming in, but if you're in the arts district, you know, the fact that you guys are looking to support local artists, looking to, you know, keep it real down here, it's so appreciated. Inadvertently, you're going to be making what has typically been mail, you know, like comic books or whatever. It opens it up to more people. Maybe that'll be their first time coming in and being like, wow, this is really cool. And they don't know the history behind it. You know, we have so many, like you said, the neon museums coming in. That's great for the neon vintage, but you know, having some experts on comics and toys, like, I think it's going to be a big hit down here, actually. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, so I can't wait for you to see it. It's going to be awesome.
We have a lot ahead of us. We have painting that's coming this week that once the painting portion of this project has, you know, at least gotten completed in some areas, that's going to open up our ability to be able to start to prep like where and what's going to go throughout the store.
Not only painting, but we want to integrate some murals. So we've met with a couple of artists. You know, some of the artists we've known for many years and some we've met recently. So, you know, that's important to us to integrate that to the project. The whole building is kind of a canvas in its own, and then kind of integrate that to the inside as well.
Knowing that then that art could be turned into some type of a, you know, photo area or, you know, whatever it might be. I think the immediate things that Johnny and I recognized working together with one another was purely the fact that both of us have the same motor. It's not often that I find someone that matches the energy, the efforts, the time. And so for him to be able to be that in my mind, I was really put back, and I think he was too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird how our minds work. I mean, you know, if we're sitting down, we're more than likely pricing something or rebagging something or putting something together. For us, and even for me at home, like that's my downtime.
You come with some pretty bold ideas, and then those ideas shift and change when you realize what you can actually do.
True.
And what you actually can't do. And physically, like, look,
yeah,
we can put in the hours. We're not afraid, you know, to put in the work.
it.